Hello and welcome to your very first government video. This is a brief introduction to all things government. So let's get started. We're going to start off by talking about the function of government. Why do we need it? Why do you think we need government? Our main priorities for government, what it does for us: it maintains social order, it provides protection, and it provides public services. And we'll talk extensively throughout the course of this class on how the government does each of those things for us. Now, some important people. Some of these people you might be familiar with, such as President Trump. He is the leader of the executive branch of government. He is currently nearing the end of his first term. So the first part of November of this year, we will have a presidential election, and he will be up for re-election. If he wins, he will be inaugurated again in January of 2021. Working alongside President Trump, we have Vice President Mike Pence. Mike Pence, as the vice president, is the second in command of the executive branch, but he is also known as the president of the Senate. And we'll talk about that in our legislative branch unit. Next, we have the Speaker of the House. This person is Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the leader of the House of Representatives. She is a Democrat. And in the House of Representatives, if your party has the majority, so if you have the most people in the House, then you get to choose who the Speaker will be. So in 2018, the Democrats regained control of the House, and they elected Nancy Pelosi to be their Speaker. So we also have two senators in Missouri who serve Missouri in the United States Capitol. The first one here that we're looking at is Josh Hawley. He was elected most recently, and Josh Hawley is a Republican. He serves, again, Missouri in the United States Senate. We also have Senator Roy Blunt. He is also a Republican. He's been in the Senate for many, many years, and he represents the interests of Missouri in the United States Senate. In the other part of the United States Congress, we have Congressman Jason Smith. He represents Missouri's 8th Congressional District, which is the chunk of Missouri where we are, and he represents us in the United States House of Representatives. So in addition to learning about federal government, we're also going to be learning about our state government in this class. So our current governor is Mike Parson. Mike Parson took over after the previous governor, Eric Greitens, resigned from office. So he was the lieutenant governor. Now he is the actual governor. He also is going to be up for re-election in November of this year. If he's re-elected, he'll be inaugurated in January. If not, we'll have a new one. Next, we have Mike Henderson. Mike Henderson represents the 117th District in the Missouri House of Representatives. So we have a United States House, and we also have a Missouri House. So the Missouri House of Representatives, part of our Missouri legislative branch, Mike Henderson represents the interests of the 117th District. Now, just like in the United States House, we have that bicameral legislature, so we have two houses. In the Missouri Senate, we actually don't have a representative for our district right now. We are in the 3rd district, and the seat's currently vacant. So in November, whenever we elect, or when we have a presidential election and the governor's election, that's actually called a gubernatorial election, fun word, we'll also choose a new state senator to represent us at the state level. So we have 3 branches of government. Doesn't matter if we're talking about the federal government or if we're talking about the state government. We have the legislative branch. Their job is to make laws. Okay, that's their main responsibility. They've got some other stuff they do too. It includes Congress, and Congress includes the House of Representatives and the Senate. The next branch that we want to look at is the executive branch. It includes the president, vice president, and all the members of his cabinet. Those are kind of his advisors. And their main job is to enforce the laws. So Congress passes the law or makes the laws. The president is responsible for enforcing them, making sure they are followed. And next we have the judicial branch, and that includes the Supreme Court and lower federal courts. We'll get to the judicial branch towards the end of our course. And their main job is to interpret and apply the laws as they relate to the Constitution. Okay, so that was a super fast crash course into our American and Missouri systems of government. All of your videos will not be this fast, but that's what we're working with today. If you have any questions,